Good evening, Masters. Welcome to day 14 of Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. Today we have another great master to share the wisdom about science of breathing. We have Anil Garu here. So as a fellow pilgrim on the path of meditation and spiritual awakening since 1992, under the benevolent guidance of Patriji, he has embarked the journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. Masters, though this great master witnessed some moments of divergence and experimentation, in 2011 he was recommitted to the sacred teachings of PSSM. Since then, with Patriji's advice, Anilji has been honored to lead PSSM spiritual endeavors in the local Virginia, DC, and Maryland area, channeling energies into spreading the divine oneness espoused by Patriji. As an integral part of both PSSM USA and PSSM Global, Anil Ji remains steadfast in dedication to illuminating the hearts of and minds of seekers, guiding them towards the spiritual enlightenment and fulfillment. Masters, in alignment with Patri Sir's USA vision, Anil Sir has been wholeheartedly supporting the Dhyana Mahachakras. He's been playing a pivotal role in leading USA DMCs since last year. He is continuing to excel in the sacred endeavor he has dedicated to spread Patrisar's profound message of Dhyana Jagat, Shakahara Jagat, and Pyramid Jagat. He believes that together we can continue to amplify the divine vibrations of love, peace, and spiritual awakening across vast landscapes of USA and beyond. Welcome, Anil sir. We are so honored to have you today on the auspicious occasion of Guru Purnami. We have you here in I would say instead of Patri sir, we have you here. Patri sir has made sure that his message is sent to us today from you. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and sharing us your wisdom today. Please, the floor is yours, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Harika madam. Thank you for the great opportunity. And truly, we are all so thankful to the society, to the movement, for Patriji, for giving us such a wonderful platform and the movement to have our own, seva, that what we call, right? And then enlightenment, and get that enlightenment that he always talks about. So this is a true opportunity for all of us to come together and be part of this wonderful movement. Thanks again for having me, and truly appreciate everyone joining. All the great masters are here. Thank you very much. And this platform, right? So Harika ji, I want to say a word about Harika ji as well, right? She's been a local instrumental for running entire Patriji's programs, right? Alongside with Sudhakar in the local area, New Jersey, they are doing a phenomenal job. Their energies go way beyond the state of New Jersey. So they are recognized in every state. They have followers in every state beyond US, actually. Even from India, right? They have followers who actually track the programs that they do. And every time New Jersey runs a program, it is very widely known in the US chapters, because they are doing service starting as a local thing, but it's not local. It is always to the entire community of PSSM. So that is how spirited and that is how dedicated they both are. And truly want to take the opportunity to thank them for all the services they are doing. And thanks for having this wonderful beginners program as a platform to make sure all the beginners are getting enlightenment through this process. Thank you, madam. Thanks again for having me. On the note, right, today's topic is science of breathing. This is a very important topic, and this is probably the most important topic for any meditator, right? Any type of spiritual activity or kriya or any type of divine work that you are trying to do, there is some form of either dhyan, either you have meditation in there, or you have some kind of pranayama in there, or you have some kind of control that you bring to your energies, right? all of that is related to science of breathing. It is absolutely essential that every meditator will have to understand the science of breathing, because there are only two aspects in this world that we bring out. The aspect is when I am born in this world, I bring that breath with me. When I leave the earth or leave the body, I lose my breath with it. What is happening there? So breath is not a human created one. Breath is a God's gift. That is what, even if you look at some of the yogas like Hatha Yoga or Maha Gnana Yoga, some of the scriptures talk very, very detailed about the breath process. We call that Swasa Maha Gnanam, right? Wherever you see this Maha as a word in your scriptures, you know that that is a very sacred one. You have to pay special attention, otherwise you will not understand that. So for Swasa, which is our breath, it has been given that Mahavakyam, right? We talk about, scriptures talking about Mahavakyam, Aham Brahmasmi, right? I am Atma Brahma, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, Tat Tvam Asi. All of these are Mahavakyas. Like the way you have Mahavakya, you also have Mahaswasa Gnana that is available in the scriptures. And why is this breath so important? Because everything starts with breath, everything ends with breath. If I don't understand what my breath cycles are, what my breath is all about, I don't have a life for myself. What am I getting with my breath? It is not just the air that I am taking inside and leaving out. It is the prana, the energy that you are taking through your breath. Every time you are inhaling and every time you are exhaling, you are taking the prana inside and you are letting go all the toxins outside. Whether we know it or not, that is the process. So, why is that yoga is related to breath? Why is that any sadhana has got to do with breath? It is because only through breath you have the inward journey that gets started. So right now I am outside. I'm talking to all of you. We are all talking. We are all looking. We are all seeing everything. I'm not aware of my breath, but it is still happening. When I start to connect with my breath and go inward, my outward to inward bridge is my breath. Then what happens? I start to be aware. I start to get the recognition that I am aware. I know what is happening. So much of the activity happens surrounding the breath that we hardly are able to recognize the value of it. It is given so default to everyone. And that's probably the reason why we don't appreciate the value of breath. Every breath at the time of death is when you actually realize the value of breath. Because at that time, you are grumbling, right, to get that last inhale, last exhale. You're trying for that. You're grasping. You're doing all that drama. Is when we actually start to realize the value of the breath. But what the science of breath is all about is trying to understand what goes within. Like I said earlier, whether you are doing pranayama or whether you are doing swasa, like the meditation that we are doing, the breath meditation, or whether you are trying to become more mindful outside of meditation, there are two aspects of the breath that we all have to understand and we all have to practice it. One is breath awareness and the other one is breath consciousness. Very important aspects. If we understand these two things very clearly and distinctively we practice it, whether you are in the meditation or whether you're outside of meditation, our life becomes very, very close to truth. You are living in that reality of being. You're not doing, you're not thinking, you're not saying, but you are actually living as a being. You are in the I am that I am state of energies. So today we are going to talk a little deeper about these two aspects of it. So what happens when I'm in breathing? I'm inhaling, right? And I'm exhaling. What is this process? This process is a regular process that I'm doing it unconsciously. When I'm outside, my mind is all chattered. My mind is outward. What am I trying to do? I have absolutely no awareness of my breath. Because of that, what is happening is I am not able to take the breathing cycle that I need to do. My breathing cycle is supposed to go to my abdomen. Every time I breathe in, the cycle has to go towards my abdomen. And why it's abdomen? Because all my 72,000 nadis that are running my entire system, so-called body, are connected through my abdomen, through my navel point. If I am not able to send this breath or the prana to that navel point, then I am not cleansing, healing, cleaning, whatever we call internally. I am not internalizing anything. That is the sole reason why we have these illnesses, right? The body is going through a lot of illness. The body is going through a lot of different aspects, different phases of life. Why am I going through all of that? Is because of lack of prana. Again, prana means energy. When I am inhaling my breath, I am getting energy. When I am exhaling, my energy is getting crippled out with all the toxins that I am sending out. If you are able to inhale and bring that energy or bring that to the point of navel, then that prana enters into your 72,000 nadis and it expands and the energies go. It cleans everything that is happening in that nadis, and then all the toxins are coming out as you exhale. So if you really look at it, every day we are taking 21,600 breaths every day. 21,600 breaths, cycles. What does it mean? Inhale, exhale is one cycle. Out of which, if you take for 1 hour, you're doing 900 breaths. If you take 1 minute, close to 15 breaths you're taking. That is how it is. When I came to earth, my life is decided based upon how many breaths I am taking. In the scriptures, we talk about putta. How many puttas you are supposed to take is how you are calculated your lifetime on earth. So there is no steady, fast lifetime for you. The lifetime is how many breaths you are taking. So if I understand this breath awareness and breath consciousness, if you start to become more aware of your breath, what happens? Your cycle of the breath slows down significantly. Like the way I just spoke about, for every minute, if I am taking 15 short breaths unconsciously, not knowing what is happening, no, I'm not aware of it, and I start to do this consciously, then you start to realize that your breath timing is actually going up and the number of breaths that you are taking has significantly coming down. So there are yogis in today's age, right, that can take actually, 1 breath in 5 minutes. Imagine how many of that exponentially they have increased their lifespans, right, by doing just with breath, nothing else, only being breath. So when you are with the breath awareness, what happens is the cycle starts to come down. The 15 breaths that you are taking is actually coming down to maybe 6 or 7. That means your lifetime of 1 minute now has doubled to 2 minutes. So if you are able to do this awareness for 10 years, you have increased your lifespan for 20 years. It is naturally equally proportional as to how the how the lifespan goes along with the breath. That's number one. Number two, when you are aware of your breath, what happens is all your senses inside, the inner senses, the inner activity, whatever is going on, right? Everything is getting this energy. This prana is going everywhere. Right now, it is not going anywhere. It is actually going to the lungs and coming out. Because of that, I am not fully aware. I don't know what is happening inside. I'm getting different alignment. My leg is aching. My hand is aching. I'm getting a lot of headache. I'm getting this. I'm getting that. A lot of different diseases are coming out. It is because of lack of prana. And a beautiful way to get that abundance of prana is becoming aware of your breath. So when you are outside, always try to practice to be aware, which is nothing but mindfulness. You have to be mindful. How do you become mindful? By being the breath. Let you breathe. The breathing is breath awareness. Breath breathing you is consciousness. So when I'm outside, I have to bring my awareness into my breath. That way, no anxiety, no lower vibrations, the guilty, the comparison, the judgments, the interference, and all those low-hanging things are not bothering me. I am with my prana. I am in control. Prana, yama. Prana means energy. Yama means control. I am able to control my breath where it has to go. I am giving that to my 72,000 nadis, which is helping me to settle my entire body, make sure my body is fully in control of me, not necessarily the other way around. That is breath awareness. The second concept, the second aspect of it is breath consciousness, which is what happens in meditation. In Anapanasati, when you sit, when you close your eyes, when you bring your attention to your breath, what is happening is you are breath consciously aware. Breath is happening to you. Breath is going on. Breath is doing the breathing. You are not doing the breathing. Breath is doing the breathing. That consciously you are aware of that breath happening on its own is meditation. Now, again, why is this important? This will help to calm your mind down. Pranena baddhate manaha, manasa baddhate pranaha is what the Shastram says. What does it mean? When you have this prana that is going inside, it is controlling your mind. When you have your mind outwardly put forward, when you are showing angry, when you are showing, jealousiness, when you are portraying some of those senseful, lower vibration things, what happens? Your breath will go faster. So these two are related to each other. Pranena baddhate manaha, manasa baddhate prana. Both of them are interlinked, intercorrelated to each other. So if I am bringing my breath consciousness in meditation, I'm able to observe my breath without any judgments, without anything happening. My mind will calm down on its own. Because both breath and my mind are coming from the same source, and the source is on the heart. My heart is a source. So it is like two branches of a same tree, two stems of a same branch, if you call. And if you go to the source of it, it is in your heart. So what happens? Since I cannot control, mind is the most powerful thing. I'm not able to control my mind. So the best way to control it is through bring my attention to my breath, becoming more breath consciousness. So with breath consciousness, what you're trying to achieve is you're trying to make your mind calm. Why do I need to calm my mind? To let the energies come in, to let the cosmic energies. When you are getting universal energies, we call that cosmic energies. When you are getting with your breath, inhale, exhale, you call it prana. Both are same. It's just a different name. When you are getting that cosmic energies, it comes to you as a Niagara Falls, right? As if Niagara Falls, it comes through you when your mind is empty. And that is the goal of the meditation. By making your mind empty, you are able to start to realize who you really are, why you are here. There are a lot of these questions that are bothering each and every one of us in our cycle of lives, ups and downs, whatever we go through our daily life, right? For each of us to get those answers, we need to go deeper into the state. And through breath consciousness, you are able to get to that state. So it is absolutely essential that we have both the aspects of breath consciousness as well as breath awareness. For most part, if we don't understand the science of breathing, what happens is we are only stuck with, hey, just go do meditation. That alone is not going to help me. It is certainly going to help us to get to a point where you are able to relax your body, quiet the mind, and start to look at things, in a better way. But it is not going to help you to get awakened, because 24 hours of my time, I'm sitting for 1 hour of meditation, and 23 hours, I'm going to let my mind go do whatever it wants to do. It's going to take a long, long time. So to bring that structure, to bring that discipline in my lifestyle, to become more spiritually motivated, what do? Even on outside, besides breathing, besides meditation, when I'm outside, I try to be more mindful. breath awareness. So I practice that breath awareness. I do that, and I do this on this side. Now, statistically, what happens is I'm taking 21,600 breaths per day. 60 breaths are more like one prana, and then 6 pranas is equal to 1 nadi, and 1 nadi is treated as 1 day and 1 night, right? So it's a combination of all that. So if you go back in the process, the energies are circulated once it comes into your body in a very methodical way. The prana that you're taking inside, the energy that you're taking, it goes and divides into 10 different ways, right? Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, kukara, dhananjaya, devadatta, and a lot of upa vayus also it gets divided, but we're going to talk about the main vayus, right? There are 5 different distinct activities that your prana is doing once it is going inside, right? So the more we practice, the more we sit to observe, the more we are with the breath, the more realized we are, the more awareness comes out to us very naturally. With that awareness, we are not to do any mistakes. Buddha says, right, it is because of the lack of awareness that we have papas. If you are aware, you will not do any papas. No sins, absolutely. Why am I making sins today? It's because of lack of awareness. If I have awareness, no sins. That's it, right? So in this practice, as to how I am doing meditation and how I'm trying to learn this, where I am going with this, we always have to understand, because breathing is such a beautiful thing, such a natural thing, and such a gift that we got with us coming to earth. We got to start to use it the way it needs to be used. We can use the breath for anything. I have emotional movements. Bring your attention to breath, you'll become normal. I want to go very deep in my meditation. Use your breath to dissolve at your middle point in the eyes, and then you get to that higher, deeper state. You have a situation that yours going on. You are thinking too much. Bring your attention to your breath. You will come back to the moment. You are in that state of awareness. You have a question that you don't know what to do. Start bringing your attention to your breath. Sit quietly for 5 minutes. Focus on the breath and put the question out there. You will get an answer. You will hear your answer from inside, intuitionally. So breath is such a beautiful thing that we need to do. So there are like multiple different aspects that we need to learn from this breath. One is, how am I doing my breath? Number one question. Each of us have to ask the question, how am I doing the breath? Am I taking short breaths? Am I taking long breaths? Number two, awareness of the breath, right? How is my breath happening? I'm taking a full cycle breath through my abdomen, or I'm taking it in between, right? When I'm doing my abdomen, am I forcing it? Am I making it naturally happen? What is my state in that phase of when I'm taking the inhale and when I'm holding it, when I'm leaving it, whatever that practice, how is it happening? Absolutely be aware of that. Number three, which is all more important, is how many breaths I'm taking. Slow and steady wins the race. We have to take very slow breaths and a long and deep breaths. That is the way. That is the best way. The life consciousness has to circulate in the entire system within my body before I release anything out. So if I start to look at it, how am I going to progress? The progression comes by looking at my own way of doing things, right? It is not just in the meditation, even outside the meditation, I need to understand the breath, the science of breath. So as we start to bring our attention, our focus, our awareness into the breath, the more and more we start to become with higher energies, right? We start to be more blissful. We start to be calm. We tend to be more balanced. It comes as a natural phenomena. You're not trying to become that. It is happening on its own the moment you are with the breath. So let's start to practice this breath awareness and breath consciousness, both in meditation and outside meditation, to make sure that we understand this, and then cycle this breath to make sure that it is always taken towards the abdomen, and then you're running the energies. Now, the other aspect to this, which is also important, is how my mind is related to my breath, right? We talked about breath and mind are coming from the same source called heart. How am I, when I'm sitting in meditation, I have started to observe my breath. I don't know where it is going. I don't know what is it doing. How do I observe my breath? I don't see my breath. Then how do I observe it? So in this case, the observation means as you start to accumulate more energies in meditation, as you are practicing more and more, you will start to feel those energies coming and going through your breath. Right now, it may not be the case that you are able to subtly identify that energy patterns, what's happening inside you. But as you practice more and more, you slowly will start to realize that the breath is happening on its own and you are just a witness of it. And that is the real state. That is where we want to be. See, when as a beginner, I come and sit for meditation, I am doing meditation. I am sitting, right? We all know that meditation is happening. Meditation is not doing. But then when I am coming and sitting, I am the one closing deliberately my eyes. I am the one sitting deliberately on a asana or some chair. I am the one closing my eyes on my own deliberately. When everything is doing, where is this happening? The happening part starts as you start to observe your breath. It is not going to happen in the first observation. As you slowly start to create that space between you as an individual I and the activity that is happening in the process, which is the pranic breath process that is happening. As you differentiate and give that space between you and that, the medium, right? That is when you start to see, you start to feel, you start to become that. When I'm able to identify the gap between what is being happening here and who am I here, right? Slowly what happens is this one loses the identity. The breath loses its identity and dissolves here. At that point, there is nothing there. I am the only one. I becomes I am. The individual mind merges with the universal mind. The self, the I as a self, merges with the supreme self. And that is the state we want to get to. And for us to get to that, breath is the medium. Breath is the source. The reason why I have to use breath, like there are a lot of different types of meditations out there. Transcendental meditation, idle meditation, light meditation, right? Guided meditation. I mean, there are a lot of different types of meditations. But why is that they are not taking me towards the path of truth? Is because that medium, what you chose, will stay there forever and ever. Only breath has the power to dissolve itself in the identity. If I am the one using my mind, observing my breath, at some point my breath will dissolve in I. The doer, the doing, and the result of it will become one. And that is an absolute state in the meditation. For me to attain that, I have to use my breath as a medium. If my medium sticks around for a long time, then I cannot get to that state. If my medium is tracking me or pulling me down, then I won't be able to get those energies. I will never understand what divine oneness means. I will never understand what being means, right? So that is the reason it is very important as a beginners, we all have to understand the importance of breath and how much we need to give priority to breath. And how do we play that, right? How do we bring that? And how there are a lot of different books that talk about breath. There are breath works in the Kriya Yoga. There are breath books in yoga, in the regular Mahayoga, they talk about a lot of breath, prana. You can read all that books. There are also so many books in our society, in the pieces of society, that talk about breath and how the breath needs to be used. And there are also a lot of different exercises that we can do with breath, pranayama, to make sure that I have enough control to calm my mind and balance my mind before I sit for meditation. So with that, right, I'm actually going to open it up for any questions. Harika ji.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anil Garu.
Thank you, ma'am.
Such a wonderful knowledge and wisdom that you have given us today. And every point that you mentioned resonates with why we should be more aware of our breath. And such a coincidence that Patri sir says our breath is our guru. And on Guru Purnima, we are learning about our guru. So
Yes.
thank you so much, Andy. If you would really like to lead us into meditation,
Yeah.
and then we can take the questions if anyone wants to.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
We'll start the meditation, all right?
Yes, please. You can lead. I'll play some music.
Okay. Fine.
Thank you so much, Andy.
Thank you, masters. So let's now sit in meditation. Have that beautiful let's start. Have that beautiful mind. Center yourself. Just have that beautiful intention that I'm sitting for meditation. I am that I am. Clasp your fingers, cross your foot, close eyes, take off the glasses if you're wearing one. Sit in a very comfortable posture. It's very important that we have a comfortable posture. Close eyes. If you are not aware of your breath, if you're not able to feel your breath, then please take 1 or 2 deep breaths through abdomen. You will start to feel your breath slowly. As you relax your body, slowly bring your attention to your breath. Let the breath happen naturally on its own. Our goal is to be a witness. Let everything happen on its own. Let us witness the happening. That is the goal. Thoughts come, thoughts go, let it go. Don't go into the thoughts. If you are getting thoughts, cut it and then come back to your breath. Bring your attention back to breath. Have that beautiful smile on your lips. Be with your breath, my dear masters. Be with your breath. Be with your breath.
Last 2 minutes, masters. Master, slowly come back to your physical state. Gently wiggle your hand, wiggle your toes and fingers. And without opening your eyes, keep your hands on your eyes. And when you're ready, please open your eyes. Thank you so much, Anil Garu. Very
Thank you,
deep meditation. It's very hard to come out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anil. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Thank
you.
you. Friends, if anyone wants to share any experience, or if you just want to share your feedback, how did you feel? Please go ahead.
I have a question. So when you say to have awareness on the breath, after a while, you just lose that. Meaning, in a sense, either we go. For me, in my case, I feel I go to sleep or just that concentration. Why does that happen, or how can I hold that concentration for a longer time?
So when your body needs a rest, especially in the meditation, right? Your body will take rest. That is sleeping, right? So it's a very common question that, when I'm sitting for meditation, for first few minutes, I'm trying to be aware. And after that, I'm going to sleep. I don't know. Unconsciously, I don't know, right? So why it happens is your body is naturally going into a state where it is getting relaxed and getting ready for meditation. So when you are coming out of that, you actually know that you are coming out of this sleep state, and then you probably are sleeping, or you just came out. At that point, your body is ready to go to the next level. Now, why is this happening? Is because your body is tired. That is happening, number one. Number two, the energies over a period of time, if you keep practicing, you will accumulate enough energies for you to be not to be unconscious. Okay. So, and then the third aspect here is I am the one observing, right? That I also should dissolve over a period of time, right? Today we will have it as a beginner, as a regular practitioner. You probably are at a state where you still have that feeling that I am the one observing the breath, right? That the observation and the result of that should also culminate and become one. That is a higher state. Expansion. The universal expansion will happen at that state, right? So that is the goal. That is the real meditation. All of this, whatever is happening in the initial, is a preparation to go to that state. The first step in meditation is always going to be relaxation, relaxing the body. Then starts the quieting the process of mind. Once the mind is quiet, then your body is totally relaxed. Your mind is quiet now. Then it gets connected with the breath and it dissolves in it. And then you get to that state, which is what we call sunya or parisunya or mahaparisunya, or it's called void, in the general terms. Then you actually are in that meditative state where you accumulate higher energies. Then the transformation, then the cycle of expansion, then I getting dissolved. All those beautiful things, whatever it's meant to happen, are happening to you. Okay, I gave you a long answer, but that's how you should look at it.
No, thank you.
Good question, ma'am. Any other questions? Anyone like to share experiences?
I have a question, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
You said, I know you explained that while meditating, of course, we try to observe our breath, but regular times also we have to be aware of, how we are taking breaths. So how do we do that? Say, suppose regular times, while we're doing some work or whatever the task we're doing, we immersed into that, whatever the task is, going on with us. Say, suppose, just taking this example, cooking. So we involve with our thoughts and actions. Everything will be involved in that. So we don't even think of even the breath part. So same thing, like whatever the day-to-day activities we do. So we are involved into those activities. How do we even come to that? Like, do we have to do like every 5 minutes? Oh, okay, let me just go back to my breath and then take a couple of deep breaths. How does it work out? How do we supposed to practice that?
Good question, madam. So initially, what happens is, for you to get that breath awareness, you actually have to take time to practice it, right? Daily 4 times, daily 6 times, 2 minutes or 4 minutes, something like that, right? It has to become a natural phenomena. It was our natural phenomena at the time of the birth, if you remember it, right? If you go back to your younger age, right, at the early stages of life, it was a natural phenomena that you were breathing through your abdomen. All breath cycles were deep cycles. But over a period of time, when the mind started to evolve, we started to associate ourselves to all these, daily duties or whatever the work that we are doing, right? Because of that, what happened is mind has become more outwardly, hence the breath has shortened itself down. Right? We are not aware, or we're not consciously aware that my breath has to happen. So what you are trying to do here is you are trying to bring back the state that you were in to begin with. So for that, initially you need to set yourself times. Put something on your phone to remind you that, hey, maybe 1 minute cycle, I'm going to do it. Or 2 minute cycles. Some do 5 minute cycles, right? Any practice doing early in the morning and then before you sleep is the best way to look at it. But during the day, you can have multiple cycles where you wanted to be aware of your breath. What happens when you are aware of your breath is you are in that moment. Yogaha karmatu kausalyam, right? How does yogaha karmatu kausalyam happen? Your work, your productivity of your work will go 100%. You'll be successful in your work. Why does that happen? Is because you are mindfully aware. What does that mean? That you are aware of your breath and you are in the moment, fully engrossed in the situation to do the work, what you are meant to do. So initially it becomes as a practice. Slowly that practice, you can start to increase it by phase. Over a period of time, it becomes a natural phenomenon of you. You bring back that old glory of yours where you are breathing through the cycle, the entire cycle of it. Did I answer the question, ma'am?
Yes and no. So you said yes. We set set intervals to do this 1 minute cycle or 2 minute cycle. So during that, what are we supposed to do? Like take a deep breath for 1 minute, or just sit and observe that 1 minute, or just like how we are doing in the meditation, observing the breath.
So breath awareness is actually you are breathing the breath. So you are doing it. Taking the breath inward towards your abdomen, making sure you hold it for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, or 5 seconds, whatever, right? Whatever time you can hold it for, and then just release it. And then when you are releasing it, have that wonderful feeling that you're releasing all the toxins out of the body, right? Have that beautiful feeling. That's it. This is a practice for you to be more mindful in the moments, right? When you have your breath regulated, balanced very well, you will have an excellent meditation, right? That will happen to you. Before the happening can occur, the doing has to be perfectly done. This doing of whatever the awareness that you're doing, these 1 minute, 2 minute things, is actually helping you to actually get a very deeper experience in meditation. See, this short 1 minute, 2 minutes, it is helping you to get used to be with the breath. This itself is not going to give you that state. This will make it easier. This process will make it easier when you want to go deeper in your meditation state. So just stay as you are. Whenever you are aware of it, that 1 minute, take the deep breath. Make sure that it is going through abdomen. Your abdomen, your stomach has to come out, and then it's like a balloon, right? The balloon, when you're blowing the air in the balloon will expand and contract. And then when you are exhaling, make sure that your stomach is contracted, right? Coming down. You have to feel that. That is the energy. That is the prana that you are taking all the way into your system. If you are able to practice and get used to this over a period of time, after you keep doing this, madam, it becomes a natural phenomena, and your breaths are always going to be a long breaths. And that's the goal. Bring back the glory.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you for just explaining it in so detailed and elaborated how the breath works. It's really a very good, refreshing session for us. This, I think, doesn't matter if it is a beginner or a meditator. This is an important session that everyone has to listen and learn again. Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andy. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, friends.